Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Planet X News. It is December 14th, 2018, and we are almost at high noon here on the East Coast of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, in my day-to-day search for Planet X, I go through a lot of the NASA models, and about an hour ago, I was looking at the stereo ahead Cor2 Coronagraph. And lo and behold, what you are seeing on your screen, well, that popped up. And I immediately caught the screen captures, and then I started to investigate and possibly see what this might be. I did have a little bit of an idea that it might possibly be Venus within the view of the stereo spacecraft. But I was dead wrong, and I will show you why. Right now, Dr. Albers is poring over this data, but this object is absolutely massive. I'll go ahead and zoom in. The only thing that I've done to this photograph is just turn it into a high definition photograph so we can get a little bit more of detail here, and to lower the pixels. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to get the live chat going here. Just give me 1 second. Okay. And I was pretty amazed at what I found. I go through the coronagraphs on a daily basis, and this is absolutely amazing. This is dated for today, December 14th at 11:09:35 UTC time. Now, there is also another object over here. It is not as clear. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. It is not as clear as this monster. So as of right now, we are just going to assume that this is one of our Planet X objects. This may possibly be the larger stellar core. Now, again, I mentioned in the beginning that there was a possibility, I thought, that this might be Venus. And I immediately pulled up the stereo ahead Cor2 position, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that up for you guys now. This is just a black and white. We'll get back to that. Oh, that's a rainbow. I'm going in the wrong direction. Kind of excited here right now, folks, so just bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and zoom into this for you guys, and as you can see, we have the planet Earth right here. We have the stereo Cor2 ahead. This is the spacecraft that took this photograph. As you can see, it has a straight line to the sun. And Mercury right now is behind the sun. We have Venus here and the Earth here. Here is Stereo B. Stereo B has been out of commission for many, many years. Hold on 1 second, folks. Trying to do like 3 or 4 things at one time right now. I'm sorry I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. I'm just now kind of getting my voice back. I had a little bit of a, like a slight cold, but it kind of took my voice away. And I know there's probably some of you out there that are thankful for that, but I'm getting my voice back quickly. But anyways, back to what we're talking about here. The stereo Cor2A coronagraph, the spacecraft is right here, and you can see its line of sight. So, as I was stating, I thought maybe it would be Venus. But Venus would literally have to be anywhere from here to here, somewhere within this range. This is the line of sight of the stereo coronagraph. Okay, so I would probably say that this large object is probably somewhere between here and here, and the other object would be pretty close by. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over to, I mapped a few things out for us here, and this is a side-by-side. So I've put the coronagraph's map where its actual position is right now in live time. And again, you can see this is the line of sight. This would be the line of sight. As you can see, this little white dot back here, that would be Mercury. So we're matching Mercury up here, matching Mercury up there. Where is Venus? Venus is way over here. Venus would absolutely, positively be out of the line of sight for the stereo ahead Cor2 coronagraph. And then we have Earth way over here. Once again, it would be way out of the line of sight for this spacecraft. Here is a zoomed in version of this. And again, folks, you know, my excitement level is like peaking. You know, I am like way over 100% right now. This is probably one of the clearest photographs that we have ever seen on the Cor2, because there's always a lot of static on the Cor2 whenever these objects get nearby or there's a coronal mass ejection. The interference that comes from the coronal mass ejection that hits the detectors on the spacecraft constantly cause all of this interference, and we never ever get a clear photo until today. So let's move on here. I have a layout right now, and this is a current layout of our solar system, again dated for today, the 14th. Let me go ahead and pull this all the way up in our screen, December 14th, and you can see Mars is behind us. So there is absolutely no way that object could be Mars, because the stereo spacecraft is in the same orbital path as the Earth. So it would be about right here where the September hash mark would be. And then you could see the actual line of sight of Mercury. Venus is not in the line of sight of this spacecraft. Put some lines on here for us so we can see it a little bit better. Now, I put a little box here representing the stereo Cor2 spacecraft. This is about the correct line of sight for this spacecraft when it views the sun. Now, my blue lines may be a little exaggerated because this craft doesn't see that much of a wide angle. But what I'm trying to show you here is, again, there is absolutely no possibility that that could be Venus. And we know Mercury is behind the sun within the sight of the Cor2. So this is the Cor2 spacecraft, and we have a direct line right to Mercury. So we saw that on the actual image. So whatever this object is, it is between the sun and I would probably say maybe somewhere within the orbital path of Mercury, or maybe even closer to the Cor2 stereo spacecraft. I mean, this is an absolutely amazing find, unless I am completely 100% wrong. But I've been poring over all of the information. I mean, I'm pulling out all kinds of maps, and I'm trying to immediately figure out what this is, because this is an absolutely amazing capture, an amazing find in Planet X research and exploration. Again, let's take a look at this map here. You see it dated for today right up here at the top in the left, 12/14, and this was at 16:24 UTC time. I put a little box right here representing the Cor2 spacecraft, again showing you with the yellow lines the line of sight from the spacecraft to the sun. And again, as we saw in the original photographs, Mercury is way behind the sun according to the viewpoint of the Cor2. Venus, not even in the picture, literally, no pun intended. And again, we have Earth way over here, and Mars is behind us. Mars is behind the Cor2, never in the picture, unless it's traveling outside over here. So folks, we definitely have ourselves one hell of a capture. I'm going to get back to it right here. And I am absolutely floored by what we are seeing. And again, I don't know exactly what this other object is over here on the right of the screen. And I'm going to go ahead and bounce back to the original photograph, and bingo, this is it right here, folks. You know, all of you can go to the Stereo Ahead website. The link for Stereo is on the Planet X News website on the right-hand side in the research column with all of the links. You can go there. You can punch in your dates. I would go from 12/13 to 12/14, slow it down, and at 11:09:35, this is what is appearing on the screen. Now it zips by very, very quickly, only in the photograph for just one frame. That's it, one frame. Now the stereo takes photographs, I think it's about every 16 minutes. But as I was viewing this footage from the very, very beginning, once again, there was a whole bunch of missing time. Now, whether they just missed this themselves, I don't know, folks. But all I know is that is not Venus, and the other object is not Mercury. Mercury is way back here. That's Mercury. I don't know what this object is, and I sure as hell don't know what that object is. But one thing I do know is that they do not belong in our solar system. They are not part of our solar system. And if anybody out there has any doubts whatsoever that these Planet X objects, these stellar core objects, exist, they truly exist in our solar system, and they are literally putting one hell of a hurting on our sun. I'm truly amazed at what I'm seeing here today. Now, this isn't going to be a real long live stream. I wanted to get this information out there to all of you so you can see what is truly out there. I would like for all of you to please share this video. Share it all over social media. Do whatever you have to do to get it out there and show people what is truly lurking near our sun. Now, I would probably say with this object that close to our sun, I'm going to be looking at some SDO footage here as soon as I'm done with this live stream. There may be a very, very high possibility within the next 7 to 10 days, we may see a huge increase in seismic activity, earthquake activity. So today is the 14th. Oh my Lord. You know, I was just thinking, whenever we did our live stream with Jeff P. the other day and Mark from Blue Kool-Aid and Dr. Albers, I mentioned at the end of the live stream that I've been having that reoccurring dream about another huge earthquake in the Indian Ocean, very, very similar to what happened Christmas Eve day in Sumatra, where 250,000 people lost their lives in that tsunami. I've been having that same reoccurring dream, and it's kind of placing the same catastrophic situation around the same date. So if we're looking at about 7 to 10 days out, wow, that puts my dream kind of in the same time area. Wow. Anyways, folks, I hope that doesn't happen. But today, mark this day on your calendar, December 14th, 2018, Planet X exploration with another major, major capture. Now, again, I do have a lot more legwork to do in verifying what we're seeing, but as far as I am concerned right now, there is no way that object is Venus. There is no way the other smaller object is Mercury. There are no other planetary bodies in our solar system that would be identified and in the photograph of the Stereo Ahead Cor2. Folks, get this out there. Share this in all of your Planet X groups, your conspiracy groups. Share it on your Facebook page. Go to the Stereo Cor2. Take some screenshots for yourself. Get the information out there. It is truly time to start waking more people up, because the evidence is staring you right in your face. This is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Be safe, folks.